The first card you have for your past is the Four of Wands. Beautiful card. Yeah, this card can be about a lot of things. It can be about marriage. It can be about, it can be about a lot of things. I'm seeing welcoming. I'm seeing welcoming in this card, and I'm seeing wanting to feel welcomed in this card. I think there might have been someone who might have been searching for that feeling of being at home, feeling welcomed, all of that kind of thing. And I think maybe this is someone who you might have lost contact with, a friend maybe. They might have even lost your contact details, because I'm seeing them looking up your name or looking you up or something like that. But I don't know if you've changed your name, or if you're female, sometimes women can change their names if they get married. Not always, but it might be that, or it might be something that, you might have all your privacy settings on, or there's some reason why they were struggling to contact you. I'm not sure why it was, but they were really struggling to find you. But I think they will connect with you again. I think this person will definitely connect with you again. The two women on this card, they're waving, they're welcoming. And, they're waving at someone who's far away, wanting them to come closer to them. And also 4s can be about completion as well. That's what the number 4 can mean. So, they'll probably complete this search. They'll probably come back into contact with you again. And the other thing I'm seeing is, you feel complete around each other as well. You feel safe around each other. And I think this is going to be a comfortable reunion when this happens. I think, this is the sort of person who you might not see for a long time. But then when you talk to them again, it feels as if you were only talking to them yesterday. It's that kind of connection. That's the connection you had with them. So that's really good. I don't know when this will happen, but I am seeing them connecting with you again. The next card you have your past is the 5 of Cups. So maybe you're picking up on this in some way. Maybe you're picking up just that this person was trying to find you or something like that. Maybe you were just thinking about them. Maybe this person was just popping into your head. Because I think your instincts were very strong at this time. I'm just looking at this man's black cape. And, the colour black can absorb a lot of heat. It can absorb a lot of energy. If you've ever worn black clothes on a really hot day in the sun, or, if you've parked a black car in the sun in a car park for a long time, and then you've gone to sit in the car after that, it's boiling hot. You can hardly even bear to be in there. So I think you'll know what I mean if this has happened to you. Black just absorbs the heat. It pulls the heat in. So it's like, the man on this card's almost covering himself with this cape. So I think what was happening with you was you were absorbing a lot of energies, a lot of feelings that were coming from outside of yourself. You're picking up on a lot of other people's energies, if that makes sense. It's like, it was like you could feel the energy in the room as you came into a room. It was that kind of thing. So yeah, you might have been thinking about that person. And if you are thinking about someone, an old friend you hadn't thought of for a long time, that's probably why you are. But yes, you're definitely going through a spiritual change as well at this time, which is what I keep on seeing in your reading. So you're still going through this change. And of course, this makes people go through some ups and downs, emotional ups and downs. So you might have been getting upset over little things that wouldn't normally upset you. And that can happen sometimes, because you can feel a bit unsettled when you're going through things like that. It's like, this man, he's spilt some drinks, he spilt the wine, and he's upset. So really, it's not a big thing to get upset over. You just clean it up and walk off. But sometimes when we're going through these spiritual things, we're going through these ups and downs, little things can make us upset. We might see a commercial that makes us cry with some sad music. It's silly, and you think to yourself, this is really silly. Why am I upset over this silly thing? I have to turn it off so I don't cry. That kind of thing can happen when you are going through this the spiritual journey that I'm seeing. And again, this card's showing me this reunion as well. There's a bridge behind this man. So yeah, you're going to mend this bridge, you're going to get back into contact with this person, or they probably will contact you. So yeah, the last card you have for your past is the Eight of Swords. So I'm seeing, yeah, this is about the spiritual journey again, I think. I'm seeing walking away, trying to walk away from the past. Not just the past, but, because you're going through this thing, the spiritual change, you might have had to let go of a lot of things, and maybe a lot of ideas as well that might have been around you when you grew up. It might have been that. I think you probably have already moved on from a lot of these old ideas that don't suit you anymore. But I think you still had some. There were still some ideas or things that you could have been carrying around, maybe subconsciously, that might have been kind of drummed into you as you were growing up. It might have been through your family, it might have been through society. We still have these things that we carry around when we don't even realize we are. Now, I'm not saying that you should throw away everything you learned as a child. Of course not. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, I'm talking about some of the attitudes and ideas that you grew up with that don't match the beliefs that you have now. And they don't match with what you know now and what you feel now. That's what I'm saying. If they're not a match with who you were becoming, you had to try and let those things go. And sometimes these were things that were in the subconscious, so they were difficult to let go. That's what I'm seeing. So I hope that made sense. So yeah, it takes time to navigate through these conflicting beliefs sometimes, especially if these are just in our heads and we don't really even realize they're there. But you're not trapped. You're not trapped by these old beliefs, so don't feel trapped by them. And I think as you go through this process, more of these beliefs and these things are probably going to come to the surface to kind of force you to deal with them, if that makes sense. You're going to face each one as it comes up in front of you. And again, this isn't an easy process. It's not going to be easy. You have left a lot of things behind you, like this woman who's obviously she's left her home behind. And, she does feel trapped, but she can move forward. Her blindfold's on and she has ropes around her, but they're loose. She could take them off if she wanted to. So you can move forward, but this is happening in stops and starts. As each thing is kind of presented to you and put in front of you, you're going to have to examine each thing and either accept it or reject it as you move forward. So it's taking you time to move forward in this process. I really hope that all makes sense. I know this is a bit confusing and complicated. I just hope I explained that properly. I tried to. The first card you have for your present is the Sun. Beautiful, beautiful card. So yes, where you're going on this journey is beautiful. Look at that. This is where you're going. This is a place of truth. It's a place of purity. It's your truth. You're letting go of things that aren't your truth, your personal truth anymore. And you're embracing things that are, that match your truth. I'm just looking at this child, and obviously a child represents innocence, purity. So what's happening to you is you're coming into who you truly are. I hope that doesn't sound cringy, but when we're a child, we don't have any kind of, we're not self-conscious. We're just who we are. We don't, when we're tiny children, we don't think, oh, I can't say that, or this is the right thing, this is the wrong thing. Oh, this is what's expected of me. Oh, I have, that you don't think all of that. You're just a child. You're just who you are. So I'm not saying that you're going back to being a child. Obviously, you're not going to start kind of throwing tantrums and all of that thing, playing on swings. Well, you might be. I like playing on swings, but you're just going back to who your true self is. Again, that might sound cringy, but that's the only way I could kind of explain that. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is passion. I'm seeing passion in this card. There's a beautiful red banner that this child's waving, and that indicates passion to me. So someone has passion for you. this might be someone who you're already in a relationship with, or it might be someone who you're just talking to. But there's a lot of, there's a lot of newness in this card. Freshness, newness, innocence. So, this could be a new connection. And I think this person might have had to work hard to actually be able to connect with you. I think, there's a wall behind this child. So there was a barrier you might have put up between you and this person. And they might have been knocking on this wall, trying to get through, trying to get through. And they either have already or they're going to soon. They might still be trying to kind of knock on this wall. They're not frustrated or anything like that. They're just trying to get close to you or trying to get through to you. And, it's like they were pursuing you, or they still could be pursuing you if this hasn't happened yet. But yeah, it was fun, it was enjoyable, they're lighthearted, there's no problem around this. I don't know if this is going to turn into anything serious. It might or it might not. But whatever happens, you're just going to feel comfortable around this person. You're just going to feel happy with each other. You're just going to take things as they come. And to me, not to everyone. Some people want, to get to, girlfriend, and then they want to get to fiance, and then they want to get to marriage, and then they want to get to this and that and this and that. And they see these as kind of milestones. For me, I don't see that. I just see this is beautiful and fantastic, and I'm enjoying time with this person, and I just love being with them. I just love getting to know them and laughing with them and doing great things with them. That's what I love. I don't like labels on things, but that's just me. But this is how you were feeling. This is how you're feeling. You weren't thinking about where is this going? What is this doing? You were just thinking, I love being with this person. I just enjoy it. And, this is in the present. So if you haven't experienced this yet, this is probably what's going to happen to you soon. I really hope it does resonate with you. So yeah, the next card you have for your present is the Six of Pentacles. So, I think even though this love connection's obviously very positive, very enjoyable, very happy, you're having fun with them, that's what I'm seeing, you're still taking things slowly if this is all resonating with you. And this is probably why I was seeing this person having to really work hard to pursue you before they had this breakthrough, and you had this barrier up. Because I think someone in your past, and this is someone who you probably had a bit of a turbulent relationship with, this person didn't treat you fairly. This card is about unfairness. So I think I've seen this ex or whoever this is come up in your readings quite a lot. And I'm sorry they keep coming up in your readings, they just do. I think they're coming up in your readings maybe because they're still in your head a bit, not because you want them back, but because you don't want to forget what happened. You want, whether you want to or not, they're kind of in your head as a reminder to make sure that you don't go through anything like that again. So I think this is why they keep coming up in your readings, as a reminder to you. So yes, you're taking things very slowly with this new person. But again, I'm not seeing any problems around them. You have the Sun card. This is very, very positive for this new love. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have for your present is the Two of Wands. So yeah, this card can be about contemplating where you're going to go in your future, travel, all of that kind of thing. And yeah, I am seeing that. I am seeing travel in this card, or some kind of potential travel. I think you might be thinking about moving. I think you might be thinking about where you might move to or something like that. I'm just getting this feeling that you don't feel completely stable, or that, where you are is where you don't want to be where you are for forever and ever, something like that. You don't feel quite settled where you are. You might be planning to move soon. But it might be a bit difficult for you to be able to do this logistically right now. So you might just be looking forward to this, thinking about maybe how you're going to do this, different possibilities. The Two Wands in this card, they're not stuck into the ground. They're not kind of pushed into the ground. They're not rooted anywhere. They're not in the earth. The man's holding one of them and the other one's bolted to a wall. So they're not growing roots anywhere. So maybe that's how you're feeling. You're feeling as if you don't have any roots where you are, and you're thinking about where else you might go. So Yes, there's a helicopter. I don't know why that is. They're not coming to find me. I'm in here anyway. So yeah, you might have been feeling for a long, long time that you've been unsettled where you're living, and this actually might be another reason why you're taking this relationship so slowly, seeing where it goes, because you don't feel a lot of ties to where you are, and you might be thinking, if things grow with this person, are they going to want to come with me if I move? Or if I don't move, am I going to be happy where I am with this person? Or what? All of that kind of thing you might be thinking about. So I don't think you're worrying about it, but I think all of these questions might be on your mind because you really are unsettled where you are. That's what I'm seeing. But if this is resonating with you and you really do want to move to somewhere else, you want to kind of go somewhere else, you can. You absolutely can. All you need to do is think about how you can do this, how you can free things up in your life, start to plan things logistically, look at them realistically instead of just kind of dreaming about them, because you can dream all the whole life and never actually do things. So start to plan this, look at this realistically, look at where you'd like to go, think about places. Where would I really love to go? Where do I want to go? Do I want to go here? Do I want to go there? Okay, so let's have a look at houses there. How much do they cost? Apartments, how much does that cost? How much are the moving costs? How much is this? What kind of opportunities do I have there? Would I be able to realistically do this? Think about all that kind of thing realistically and logistically instead of just dreaming, and think about that, and maybe even talk to this person who you're kind of in this new relationship with, and just talk to them about the possibility. Just say, I've always wanted to move to here, and I think I might like to do that one day. I'm not sure, I don't know how, but it's always something I've wanted to do. And they might say something like, oh, I'd love to go there too. You never know. So, but you need to take steps, you need to talk to them, and you need to take steps toward doing this. Otherwise you'll be stuck there. So yes, the first card you have for your future is the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, I think this is about this relationship again in the Sun card, and it is beautiful, it is very positive, but I think, yeah, they might start to act a little bit over the top or something like that. I hope this is going to make sense. They're not going to mean to be like that. I think they might be a little bit over generous or over complimentary or something like that. Now, that sounds fantastic. You might be thinking, or I'm thinking, wow, I'd love someone to compliment me and be generous and all lovely to me and tell me how amazing I am and beautiful and all that stuff. Of course, everyone loves that. But I think because you've had a past relationship that has been very unbalanced, you've been through all of that in your past with this, what I've seen in the Six of Pentacles, it might be a bit unsettling for you. You might have this idea in your head that you want everything to be totally balanced. You might have this idea that, if someone over compliments me, or they're over generous, or they're over kind, or they take me out and they do things and they say, no, I'll pay for this dinner, I'll do this, I'll help you, I'll do this for you, I'll fix your garden, I'll fix this table, or whatever it is. You might think, oh no, that means that I owe them something. And it might not be something that's that you're thinking of consciously. It might just be a feeling. You might be feeling very uneasy about this, and you might be thinking, oh, does that mean I owe them something? I don't want this imbalance, because I've had this imbalance before in a relationship and I don't want that again. I want everything to be balanced. But try and relax about this if you can, because no relationship is 100% balanced 100% of the time. There's always, if you're living with someone and they might earn more than you at one time, and then you might go through a stage where you earn more. Nobody's going to earn exactly, the same amount to the penny. It's going to be up and down, or to the cent, or whatever currency you have, the pence. So it's not going to be, you can't be 100% even. There's give and take. Sometimes you're going to give more, sometimes you're going to take more. So don't worry about this. I think you do have this idea in your mind about everything wanting to be balanced. The other thing is, if you're starting to feel unsettled, if you're starting to feel like that for whatever reason in this relationship, just talk to them. Open up about your past relationships. Tell them what you've been through. Explain all of that to them. Because I think this person really wants to know this about you. They want to understand you. They care about you. They've been through a lot trying to pursue you. They've been through a lot to get to this stage with you. So they don't want to let that go. They don't want you to feel like that around them. They want to make sure they understand you. So if you talk to them, they're going to understand. So please try and talk to this person. They want to help you. And this is such a beautiful reading. This is such a beautiful, beautiful reading. There's so much positivity, understanding, and everything else here. It's a fantastic reading. I love this so far. The next card you have for your future is the Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, the Queen of Pentacles is a nurturing queen. She's a caring queen, and I think this person in the Seven of Pentacles, I don't think they mean to do anything to unsettle you. They care about you, so they do care for you. So yeah, again, talk to them. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is you're listening. You're trying to help someone, or maybe you're going to be advising someone. I think this might be someone who's a little bit rebellious, someone who wants to come to you for advice. They really want to, and they love talking to you about their problems and all of that kind of thing. They might not be very good at actually taking your advice. So, again, the Queen of Pentacles, she's caring, she's understanding, all of that kind of thing. She can also be a little bit unemotional. She's earth. She's down to earth. So I'm not saying that you're unemotional, but you're down to earth like this queen. You like to find real solutions to problems. But I think they might not want to find a solution. They might not want to come to a conclusion or a solution. They might want to keep on going over and over things, just to let off steam, maybe, I don't know. But I think this might be a younger relative or someone with less experience than you or something like that. You do care about this person. I'm seeing that. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So, but if this is resonating with you, they probably won't be able to see what they should be doing. You might advise them, but I don't think they're going to listen to you. I think this person might have to go through a few disappointments in their life. They might have to experience some things for themselves so that they can learn these lessons for themselves. And if you have children, excuse me, sorry about that. If you have children, this could be your child. But if not, it is someone younger than you. It's someone who you care about. This is someone who you don't want to see them make mistakes. You don't want to see them go through hurt. You don't want to see them go through problems. But I think you're going to have to with this person. I think they're going to have to make their own mistakes. And there's no getting around that. They're not going to listen to you. You're just going to have to let them go. That's what I'm seeing. Not totally. I don't mean you have to, kind of push them out of the house if they live with you or whatever. But with whatever this says, they're not listening. You're just going to have to let them find things out for themselves. That's what I'm seeing.